There's something magical that happens when a man's heart truly belongs to a woman. He may not shout it from the rooftops, write love poems, or post long Instagram captions, but his heart, oh, it leaks the truth in just a few unconscious words. You might think he's just being nice, but when these 7 words slip out, he's already emotionally yours. So before you go reading his texts for clues or asking your group chat to decode his emoji use, stay with me, because these words reveal what even he doesn't realize yet. Hey there, welcome back to the channel that doesn't just spill tea, we serve emotional psychology on a silver platter. Today we're diving into the sneaky little words men say when they're falling hard. And the kicker? Most of the time, they don't even realize they're saying them. These aren't declarations of love you hear in movies. They're small, raw, and real. But once you understand them, you'll never again wonder where his heart really stands. So grab your emotional decoder ring and let's start with the first phrase. 1. I don't want to lose you. Now, you might hear this and think, okay, dramatic much? But here's the truth. When a man says, I don't want to lose you, it's not drama. It's vulnerability in its purest form. This isn't the kind of thing he says to every girl he meets. This slips out when you become part of his emotional foundation, when your presence feels like peace, and the thought of losing you hits like a gut punch. Most men are taught to bottle their fears, especially emotional ones. So when he says this out loud, even casually or mid-argument, it's his heart talking, not his ego. He might say it after a disagreement. He might say it when you mention a big life change. He might say it softly, as if trying not to feel too much. But whenever he does, pay attention. It's not just about you walking away. It's about him realizing your absence would unravel something inside him. And trust me, no man says that without feeling it. 2. Did you eat? Okay, I know what you're thinking. Seriously? That's the big romantic reveal? Yes. Yes, it is. When a man asks, did you eat? Especially when he's not just trying to take you on a date. It's not just about food. It's about nurture. In the masculine mind, care is often shown through provision, making sure you're okay, that your basic needs are met, and checking in on whether you've eaten. That's his way of saying, I want to take care of you, even when I'm not there. This phrase is his way of expressing, I hope you're not too busy to look after yourself. You matter, and your well-being is on my mind. I can't cook for you right now, but I wish I could. Men rarely express love in flowery words, they do it in actions. And checking on your meals is an action wrapped in a question. You'll hear this one pop up, especially when you've had a long day, you've been quiet or distant, or even out of the blue, like a gentle surprise. It sounds simple, but it's primal and beautiful. 3. Text me when you get home. You're leaving his place, or maybe it's just a late-night hangout, and as you say goodbye, he casually says, text me when you get home. Harmless? Maybe. Romantic? Absolutely. This phrase isn't about controlling your movements, it's about protectiveness. The kind that comes when a man's emotions are wrapped up in yours. At its core, this is a subconscious message. Your safety matters to me because you matter to me. Here's a secret most guys won't admit. They feel a surge of masculine responsibility for someone they care deeply about. That means worrying about your Uber ride, your walk from the bus stop, or whether you made it back okay in the rain. If a man says this every time without fail, he's emotionally tethered to you. And bonus tip, if he checks in again when you forget to text him, that's double confirmation his heart's already invested. Because when a man is falling in love, he doesn't just want to be with you. He wants to know you're safe, always. 4. I was just thinking about you. Now this one might seem harmless, maybe even casual, but when a man tells you, I was just thinking about you, he's giving you a front row seat to something he rarely shows, his emotional mind space. Men don't typically announce when someone's on their mind, unless that someone has carved out a permanent little corner in their heart. This phrase is his way of saying, "You're not just someone I see when I'm free. You're someone I think about when I'm busy. I connect moments in my day to you even when we're apart. I'm emotionally open enough to admit, you've got my attention." If he says this randomly during the day, not just when he wants something, it means your presence lingers even in your absence. That's not casual, that's connection. 5. What do you think? Ladies, this one is big. When a man asks, "What do you think?" and it's not about whether he should wear black or navy, you've entered sacred territory. Men are wired to solve problems, to lead, to act. So when he slows down and asks for your opinion, it means he's not just thinking about himself, he's thinking with you. This phrase says, "I value your brain as much as your beauty. Your thoughts shape my decisions. You're a partner, not just a passenger." He may ask you about work decisions, family drama, or even personal dilemmas. That's not just chit-chat. That's emotional collaboration. And it only happens when he sees you as part of his future. So the next time he turns to you and genuinely asks what you think, know that your opinion just joined the VIP section of his emotional life. 6. You make me better. This one is rare and powerful. When a man says, "You make me better," it's not flattery. It's an admission that your presence is transformational. Men often measure relationships by how they grow in them. So if he finds himself becoming more patient, more ambitious, more emotionally open, and he connects that to you, you've already touched his heart. This phrase means, you bring out a version of me I'm proud of. You challenge me, inspire me, and ground me without ever asking. Being with you feels like evolving, not just existing. He may not say it often, but when he does, take note. He's not talking about feeling good. He's talking about becoming good because of you. 7. Where were you? Now this might sound possessive, but don't write it off just yet. When a man says, "Where were you?" especially with a hint of softness or playfulness, it's often a subtle way of saying, "I missed you." Men aren't always taught to express longing, so instead it comes out in teasing questions, sarcastic remarks, or curious check-in. But here's the decoder. If he notices your absence, if he brings it up without pressure, if he seems a little off when you're not around, that's his heart quietly panicking when you disappear, even for a little while. This phrase isn't always about control. Sometimes it's just about emotional gravity, the pull you now have on his heart. Bonus segment when he says nothing but shows everything. Sometimes the words don't come out, but the love, oh, it screams. He may not say, "I miss you," but he brings your favorite snack. He may not say, "I care," but he checks your tires when the weather gets bad. He may not say, "I need you," but he lights up when you walk into the room, even after a fight. You see, not all men are fluent in the language of feelings, but they speak volumes through acts of love. So, if you're wondering whether he truly cares, don't just listen with your ears, watch with your heart, because when a man's heart belongs to you, he may not say the words out loud, but his actions, they'll whisper it, they'll shout it, and sometimes they'll slip out when he least expects it. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever heard any of these words from a man, maybe when you least expected it? Drop the one phrase that hits you the hardest in the comments below. And if you love decoding a man's heart through his words, hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and don't forget to ring the bell, because we've got so much more coming your way.